Yeah, bro. Man, whenever you're ready.
All right. So, welcome to
Bro,
the
what
MCP, the most controversial podcast. With me is my boy Dwayne Kirkland. I'm going to give it away
going
to
on?
him and let him, discuss himself a little bit and say what's up before we start. Go ahead.
Alrighty. Pretty much, 27 years old, from Philadelphia. Um, I guess you could call it Southwest Philadelphia area, near the airport. Kutztown graduate, Kutztown University, 2016. Um, got a business degree, sports management business. Um, I do music professionally, rap, sing, produce, and got my own clothing line, D&J Clothing. And yeah, I've known the host for a long time in my life, so one of my good friends. So it's a pleasure working with you on something. So
For
I'm
sure.
excited.
All right, let's get this going then. So today's topic is going to be: Are guns safer or more violent for society?
Okay.
What are your thoughts on it so far?
Um, in the right hands, guns are safe. I feel like they are needed at some point for protection purposes. There has been cases when the gun has protected somebody in their household. If somebody's attempting to rob them or harm whoever's in their house. I mean, a gun is, I feel like the person should be trained to use it. I don't think anybody should get like they should do proper training and like actually see them be able to use it. Because a lot of the guns is getting into people getting their license and they're not really savvy at even knowing how to use a gun.
Yeah,
So
that's for sure.
we got just random people having guns, and part of them don't even know how to shoot them or aim correctly.
Yeah.
It's tough. Just
Or
the
know the
daily,
policies that it takes to actually not kill somebody, just
yeah,
savor
like
them.
how to maybe injure the person. Not, just those things
Yeah,
that they, how
that
when,
cops should be trained, but some cops don't even know. And that's a big
yeah,
problem.
it's almost like they give you different regimens on how to use them. Your aim, you shouldn't be trying to kill, more so just hurt. I feel like you want to hurt the person so they can get out and understand like you're not you're nothing to mess with, and then they can
Not
leave.
only
But
that, that could have been like there could have been another way. Like once you shoot somebody in the leg or the arm, and they get
yeah,
on the ground, they look up at you and be like, "This could have gone another way. I could have
mm-hmm,
shot you wherever, and I probably would have killed you, but I've chose
mm-hmm.
to injure you. So be happy that you're only injured."
Yeah, yeah. I feel like, bro, it's one of those things. Like society is, it's a lot of society based on just that killer mentality. That it's a lot of these movies, like your Die Hard movies, your Liam Neeson movies. Like it's action.
Yeah.
It looks like when you watch it, but in real life, it's like if you do those things, like somebody's gonna die. Like somebody's gonna. It's a different life in the real world when it's actually going on. You know,
That's
and
definitely
uh,
true.
and a lot of people watch. Hate to say it, like video games, we grew up watching different stuff, and it kind of inspires people to think they're these
That's big
bad guys.
facts.
And for us, like if you got a good mind and common knowledge, it's just this is a reality world. It's not, you know. But some people take it to the real world and they live this, whole fake life, I guess you want to call it. You
Yeah,
know.
I definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense. As far as like guns being what they are, like people think that like guns kill people. No, 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 no. You got this misconception. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. The
Mm-hmm.
gun doesn't shoot on its own. If you put a gun on a table, it's not going to open fire unless it was kicked off the table and it goes off unintentionally because
Mm-hmm.
you had it off its safety and just sitting on the table. But
Yeah.
normally, a gun's not going to shoot anything without a trigger user behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of crazy that people have this consumption that guns kill people when they give guns to people that have psychotic issues that were on the books, proven that they had psychological issues, and they still somehow got that gun. And then they go
Mm-hmm.
out and kill 15, 10, 15 people in a
It's,
in a school shooting.
yeah.
Like,
Like, that's true.
and people need to lock up their stuff better. Like, the dad that has this lockbox but never has it locked and has it on the top shelf and goes, "Oh, it's on the top shelf. There's no way my kid can reach that." If your kid is any type of smart, he's going to figure out that if he moves this there and moves that there, that he can climb up those things and get to that box.
Yeah.
Like, once your kid hits like 4 or 5, I count them as viably intelligent enough to start figuring out how to get over things. So it's
Definitely.
like when you have a 2 year old, you put a fence, a toddler fence around them, and it pretty much prevents them from doing anything. Once they hit
Hmm.
about like 4 or 5, they're gonna realize that if they shake that enough, that'll fall over and they can get out.
No, definitely. That's true. Like, the kids are a lot smarter than people
Yeah,
think. So
and
they,
having a lockbox on top but not locked is not doing it. They can just climb
yeah.
up there, grab that, open that lid, and find the gun. And it takes less than, I mean, it takes, you can give a handgun to a chimpanzee, and they will
Hmm.
figure out that that little lever on the side turns the safety off and allows you to be able to shoot the trigger.
Yep.
Because there's only two buttons on a handgun, and that's to get rid of the magazine and turn the safety on and off.
Yep. And like you said, it doesn't take the smartest of a person to.
No, because you press both things and you see what they do. You click it. Oh, that brought out the magazine. You pop it back in. You click this, and it goes, "What did this do?" And then you pull
Mhm.
the trigger to see if that's what that does, and then it takes less than a couple of pounds of pressure to make that trigger go off.
Yep.
You don't
It's
even
very.
need to like slam your thumb or finger on the trigger anymore. It's like dot 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 dot. Like that light little pressure is what shoots the gun.
Yeah, low
That's a
tech.
scary thing.
Yeah, it is. I
It means
mean,
even a kid just experimenting, just seeing how much pressure the trigger would take, and as he lightly presses it, it shoots off.
nah, yeah, bro.
And if
It's
he's
like,
staring down the barrel like, "What does this hole do?" and shoots himself in the head, whose fault is that? It's the dad's fault.
yeah, shouldn't have had
You
it
shouldn't
around.
have, yeah. You should have had it locked up and somewhere where he can't touch.
Hmm. Yeah,
Those
man.
kind
It's
of
just
things should be like in a lockbox, but inside of another locked like box of some sort, like where they
gotta
just
be
have to open it twice.
smarter knowledge, man.
I mean, it
you know,
is disturbing what how people want to get rid of guns, but yet if we all got rid of guns, it wouldn't do anything really because then everybody would just carry around knives.
yeah. I feel like people will find a loop. People always find a loophole in something. So,
Oh yeah, that's
like,
another
just
thing too.
as humans, everybody wants to find the ways to go around something, and they're gonna find that way to go around it. So, or they're gonna say, "I'm in this state. This state policy is different, so I can have it here. Like I'm gonna go here." And it's like when people get guns, they go to different states. Or it's I could get a license here, and I could come back. You know,
Yeah, it's because
it's
like Florida, I think it is either Florida or one of the West states. They have a law that allows you to use an automatic weapon.
mm-hmm.
Up here, it's only semi-automatic that you can buy. But up there, like in Florida or the West state, I can't remember which one it was. They have it where you can buy an automatic weapon. So if you go out west, buy an automatic weapon, and then drive back to here without being pulled over, which is pretty likely since the cops aren't really pulling everybody over with COVID-19 going on. So you bring it over here, and then you just plot on what you're about to just go shoot up with a fully automatic weapon.
Yeah, is and that's how and and obviously different environments and you realize it's not really hard to get guns as people think it is.
Oh
So,
yeah, no, definitely not.
black
Way
market, you got.
easy.
I mean, it's like in these rough neighborhoods, they exchange that is guns, drugs, and that's the three exchange. So, in the hood of some neighborhoods, you see people with weapons you see in video games. You wonder how these rappers and different cliques and stuff have all these guns. It's like it's a lot easier than people think to get them.
Yep.
You know,
And the
and that's the
black
problem.
market is the black market's too accessible. Even though they move it every so often because they don't want anybody to trace exactly where where the black market is at all times because of various reasons. Obviously, the
Mm.
police is a big one, but it's very relatively easy if you have the right connections. If you talk to the right people, you're already in that life, and then you need to fund the black market. Black market sells everything. I mean, legitimately everything. So getting a handgun unregistered with the numbers scratched out, not very hard to find, so to speak. That's probably
Hmm.
the most common thing to find in the black market is
Oh yeah,
guns. So
and
it's
that's when
like,
mhm.
how are you going to defend that? You can't.
Yeah, like people getting them, like they got them. You wonder why, and that's part of the problem.
Our
But
police force can't stop it.
you can't blame those wrong people for the people. There's some people that just they had it in their house, and they got it for just protect. Like they just have it, just for protection basis. They know how to use it, you know, and yeah, bro. Like it's all about how you use it.
Yeah, facts. It definitely is a very ominous feeling when people like the legislative system and other things want to get rid of guns or talk
Yeah.
about making it harder to get guns or anything of the sort like that because guns protect people with smaller with from bigger guns. So if you have a gun and they have a gun, now we're back to even grounds. It's almost like, you're not going to do anything because you're afraid that you'll get shot as much as I'm afraid I'm going to get shot.
Yeah,
But
that's
like
true.
if you have a machine gun and I have a pistol, you're going to feel a little bit more compelled because now you have a machine gun versus my pistol. And you can
Mhm.
shoot a lot more bullets than I can within that time frame. So you're going
Yeah,
to feel a little bit more edged. If you have a shotgun, neither one of the machine gun nor the pistol will help you in this situation. Because a
yeah.
shotgun at close range, you're dead, no matter what you do.
Oh
You
yeah,
might get
it's a
shot a couple of times by the machine gun and you might survive. But the guy you shoot with that shotgun is dead.
oh yeah, it's a
He's not
lose
getting
lose.
back up. It's over. So when people have shotguns in their house and they're like, why would you need a shotgun in your house? That sounds really dangerous. It's really not actually, as long as it's not loaded and you have the ammunition locked up somewhere. So
No,
they
definitely.
could grab the shotgun and say you had it as a wall piece, like just up on the wall.
Hmm.
That's okay because that shotgun doesn't have any ammunition in it. So if they get the shotgun, there's no
Hmm.
ammunition. It's just a
Well,
fucking
like
shotgun up on the wall.
displaying it, it's a little different because displays don't.
Yeah,
It's
but the
just you.
display can be hidden as a surprise. The
Hmm.
display could be actually a working shotgun that you have up on the wall near your bedroom. So
Mm.
that if you do hear somebody, you creep open your door, grab the shotgun, bring it into your room, unlock the ammo that you had hidden somewhere, and then load the shotgun. And now you
Yeah.
have the ultimate reverse weapon. Because
Hmm.
most criminals break in with pistols.
Hmm.
It's just a common weapon that most criminals break in with. And if
Yeah.
you have a pistol and then you walk up the steps and try to get in my room and I have a shotgun barrel 2.2 inches from your head, that guy with the pistol is going to drop that gun.
Oh yeah.
He lost
It's,
his gunfight. It's over. He lost.
it's logical.
Yeah. I mean, if he didn't drop the gun, that'd be the ultimate mistake he ever made.
Oh
Because
yeah.
he would just get fucking his head just ripped backwards by a
Yeah. It's
shotgun.
not not the smartest executive decision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. So that's why people that have shotguns, I don't think are wrong. I think they need something that strong. Because if
Hmm.
somebody walks in with a pistol and you have a pistol, you're at you're almost even. It's depending now on who wants to shoot first. Do
Hmm.
you come out of that bedroom with that pistol and immediately start opening fire? Or
Yeah.
do you aim it at him and just be like, hey, freeze, and see if he doesn't shoot at you first? But with a
There's a
shotgun,
lot of possibilities. You
yeah,
know what I'm
but with
saying?
a shotgun, that disappears.
Yeah. It's
Because you
not too
come up
many.
the steps and I say, don't move, and I have a shotgun pointed at you from like 15 feet.
Oh yeah. You stop everything
You're
you're gonna
throwing
do.
the gun down and you're putting your hands up, and not moving. You're not doing anything. Because you know that and nowhere where I shoot you, you're gonna fucking probably die.
No, 100%.
So it's like, but if I had a pistol and I said freeze, don't move, the guy'd be like, wait, I have a pistol too. Why the fuck am I freezing? And then aim the
Yeah.
gun at you, and now you're at an even stalemate.
I'm gonna stay moving what I'm doing. I'm not. If you're
Yeah,
gonna keep,
like yeah, we got a stalemate now. I'm gonna aim my gun at you. You gonna shoot me? No, are you gonna shoot me?
yeah,
It
yeah,
does nothing. You're
it's
not winning.
Western, as they say, it's country Western style. We're
Yeah,
gonna have
because
a
they all
stand.
had the same gun back then. It was like now how do we make this more interesting? If we all have the same gun as each other,
Mm-hmm.
could now we put our backs against each other and take 10 steps and then turn around and whoever can shoot faster, more accurately is the winner. And they were like,
No,
yeah, that sounds like the plan. That sounds like that's what we're doing. And then they just went
yeah,
with it.
no, yeah, you're right.
Mexican standoffs, man. They were like the oldest, craziest fucking gunfight ever because they had respect, but at the same time, the
Yeah,
disrespect mixed in that respect. It was like,
I
if you're
feel.
faster than me, you won.
Yeah,
Congratulations. But if you're not, I spit on your dead body. I
yeah,
mean, it's just so weird.
yeah. I feel like they were very competitive back then. So it was like, you know, you had to be smart because the guns weren't the best, and
Oh yeah.
it's like more about aim and precision back then more than you just spraying all over the place and hope,
Yeah, I
you
don't
know.
also yeah, I remember like back in the old day, like their guns didn't even know how to like fire in succession. They had to pull the lever back every single time. And it
Yeah,
wasn't like a modern day where you could just tap 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 the lever in the back. Back then
mm-hmm.
it was like breaking your thumb just to get the fucking lever back because it wasn't
Yeah, man.
easy to
So
pull that
once
lever back.
it's do or die, as they would say. You got you got a couple of chances, and if you miss, you know, it is what it is. More obviously more trained and skilled shooters back in those days.
For sure. I mean, back then I forget I can't even like I can't even fathom what back then would be like with not having to worry about um like not having to worry about money, so to speak, because currency wasn't even really a thing. It was more of a trading program. It's like, oh, I have 100 things of carrots. You know, oh, well, I need 2 gallons of water. All right, well, I'll give you the two, or you give me the 2 gallons of water, and I'll give you the carrots that you need.
Barter system,
That's
as they
a
call
lot of it back then because there was no such thing as currency. It was like if I have more than what you have, I'll give you some if you give me this in return.
I get one of my horses for whatever animal you got, or
Yep.
you know.
I need a chick. I need like 3 chickens. All right. Well, I'll give you my horse if you give me your chickens.
Mm-hmm. You know, which could come with the horse being injured. Is
Oh yeah.
you know, like
Back
getting a
then, that's
used
how people got shot. You get made a
it's like
bad deal, and then they tracked you down and they killed you.
getting a used car, man. They tell you, you know, they give it to, you, but they don't tell you there's no engine in it, or they don't tell
Oh
you
yeah,
it's,
yeah, yeah. They'd be like,
they
"Oh
don't
yeah, this car I'm selling it for $500." Really, $500? That seems really low. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Does it drive? Oh yeah, yeah, it definitely drives. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll buy it from you. Buy it. There's no engine in it. I thought you said it drives. Well, it does. You just have to put an engine
yeah, you just gotta put
in
some work.
it.
It's a fixer upper, as they call it,
That's
a
fucking
fixer up.
hilarious. I always love those. They were like, yeah, it definitely drives. But you have to put the engine in it to make it drive.
Rust bucket. That rust bucket. That's what they call them. Rust
Yep.
buckets.
I mean, that's what you get for paying $500 for a car. You're gonna get what
You
you
want it?
pay for.
That that's you know you get what you want.
Yeah. At the end of
You
the
want
day, you get what you pay for with most of everything. So if you want to get cheap and you want to buy cheapish stuff, okay. Well, when it breaks in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever length, and you go, damn,
mm-hmm.
I thought this would last longer. How much did you spend on it? Oh, I spent like $5. What did you expect? You would have
It's
spent
like
$35 on the charger. It might not have broke so soon.
yeah, it's like in a microphone that's $50 versus the two, you know, 300 one that does all the special features and makes everything crisp. But you wanted to be, you know, you wanted the low budget. You wanted to
Yep.
take the cheap way out, and now
That's a
you
big
know
thing. Like, I want to take a picture, and then you're like, why did the picture come out so blurry? What phone are you using? Well, I bought this like $30 phone. Well, there you go. You answered it.
yeah,
That's why it's cheap because you're not getting a good quality because you paid for a cheap phone that didn't have enough
exactly.
money to pay for that lens.
Yeah.
Like what people don't understand, like phones and a lot of technology, it's needed to pay more because it's not like they're charging more because they want to make more of a profit. They're actually
Mm-hmm.
charging more to make the same amount of a profit they would on every other product, except for they
Mm-hmm.
put more higher quality pieces into that product. And
Oh yeah.
that's why it's more expensive.
Exactly.
Especially with like Samsung and iPhones and stuff. Why is iPhones now $1,100, $1,200? Quite simple. What did they put into those things to make your picture so crisp, your screen so crisp? How are you getting 5K streaming? How are you getting all these things? Oh, well, I thought they used the same stuff as before. Then it would be the same price as it was before.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they raised it because they put more stuff in it. They're making
Exactly.
your screen crisper and things like that. And they know you as a consumer are going to buy it because you want nice things. If you
Definitely.
had no, if you were buying iPhone Pro Maxes for $1,300, if we make
Mm-hmm.
this iPhone 14, just the 14, not the Pro Max, we make that $1,100. Well, you had no problem buying the Pro Max for $1,100, so we'll
Mm-hmm.
make the iPhone itself $1,100, and we'll make the Pro and Pro Max $400 or $500 more than what it was.
Yep.
So then you make, the Pro Max, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, $1,700. People go, $1,700? Yeah, okay, I still want to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they,
It's
they
just,
corner the market.
it's that, and they got that name, so that name stands a lot of power. When you got, you know for certain things over time. You've been out for you're able to do the things that people spend absurd amounts of money on just
Facts.
because it's Apple. All right, I'll go an extra 500 just because I know the
Apple's a
name, and
big one on that too, because
you know,
Apple's name, they know that consumers will still buy it,
and they know
no
they
matter
come.
what they do.
It's like when they went to headphones, like you didn't have, we got a certain particular port for your headphones. So now you would think people would be like, man, I'm not buying any more headphones, but they still were buying the accessories and stuff. They added on more,
And they
you know.
come out with the Air Maxes or whatever the headphones are, the new one, and then as soon as the new one comes out, they just got released 2 years ago, the second one, but they
Mhm.
released the third one a year later, which in a year they couldn't have changed that much. But a
Yep.
year later, the guys are like, "Yeah, I definitely want to buy those threes." For what reason?
Hmm.
Oh, well, because they say they have like 15 more minutes better on their battery.
Hmm.
15 minutes for real? You're gonna pay another $200 for
Hmm.
15 minutes of better battery? How
Mm.
does that even make sense? It don't. It
It,
just,
it just sounds crazy.
yeah. You wait until there's like two more generations after that one, then you buy it. Because in two
Exactly.
generations, that's 3 years. And in 3 years, they could come up with a lot of stuff to make them better. So 3 years from later, you buy it, and now you're talking. Now it's okay to spend $200 every 3 years.
Oh yeah.
But to spend $200 every year back to back to back to back to back is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's just like nonsense.
And then
Total nonsense.
people that get like buy these iPhones outright, like the iPhone 11, and then the 12 drops and the new design comes out, and they go, "No, I don't want this 11 anymore. I want that 12." Why?
Exactly.
Well, because the design looks cooler.
That's all about. That's the stuff they care about, man. Like it becomes like a stylish thing, and then like the people like it's like people like see on my phone, I have an outer box, I got a glass protector, and it looks a little bulky. It's not bulky, but it might not look as fancy as a glass proof with the
But it protects your
marble,
phone.
and people would probably be like, wow, bro, your phone looks kind of bulky in that case. It doesn't look cool. It doesn't look, you know, hip into us now. And,
I'd have been like, by the end of the day, this will protect my phone way better than what the hell yours has on.
but
The
like,
case that you have on your phone, not it.
like maybe like 5 years from now, I'm still using this same case. And they're on their next phone by the time, you know, just because they use the, bad case. And that's how people are. It's all about
Exactly
style
what
and,
it is.
you know, it doesn't look nice. It doesn't look,
And I mean,
stylish.
honestly, that's kind of what makes society not safe with guns. Is
Hmm.
one of the reasons is that it's very accessible to get a gun, but the big problem is our schools. Like,
Hmm.
our teachers don't do enough diligence to control the kids in our classroom to stop bullying each other.
Hmm.
Because if a kid is at home and he's having bad parental issues or whatever the case may be, or gets abused or whatever, comes to school and abuses another kid,
Hmm.
that kid, let's go with this one, ready? That kid is a weak person that is also going through the exact same thing that you are,
Hmm.
except for he is 100 pounds lighter than you and he is not a fighter.
Hmm.
However, the exact same thing that's happening to him is happening to you,
Hmm.
but you are a fighter. So you're
Hmm.
just a big, stalky person that it looks intimidating.
Hmm.
And you go to school every day and you pick on that kid that is getting tortured at home and then coming to school and getting tortured by you.
Hmm.
That kid has a higher possibility of going to get a gun or a knife and stabbing you in the neck
Oh yeah.
and killing a bunch of other people
Oh yeah.
because that kid now feels isolated, not from only at home.
Hmm.
He thought I could be isolated at home, but I could come to school and maybe I could get some friends. Maybe I won't
Exactly.
feel so isolated at school. But then you get picked on by the same fucking kid every single day.
As one of those like it's built up aggression, over time.
And
It's
even younger kids don't realize one major thing though.
mm,
Everybody is going through their own life journey. Just because something's not going on at your house doesn't mean that you have to go to school and project your insecurities on everybody else.
mm,
Be aware that that person could be going through something very similar to you, and
mm,
you as a person could walk into that school, come up to that kid and go, "Hey, listen, you want to talk about it? Like, I'm going through some shit at my house. You look like you're going some shit at your house. Do you want to talk about it? I'm here
mm.
for you." And if you would have said that kid's future could look a lot brighter
Oh
than
yeah.
potentially coming to school and killing all of you because he feels so alone because of everybody.
Yeah. I mean, they say like when a bully stop being a bully, it helps a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? For a short minute, maybe not for the whole time, but just for a show of acknowledge
The
of the person.
acknowledgement can change somebody's entire future.
Hmm.
If there was a bully that says, "I'm going through the same thing you are," just, it'll get better.
Or just a simple like apology, like, look, I didn't know this made you feel this way, or like, real
Yep.
quick. It don't have necessarily the perfect one, but just acknowledging that,
And that's
I.
why you should never pick on somebody at all. You should
Mhm.
always only use anger or hatred or anything of the sort when shown to you.
Mhm.
If a person is being showing you hatred, showing you disrespect, I don't expect you to be respectful to them.
Mhm.
Just in the car, I don't expect anybody to accept being shamed upon or disrespected and just take it.
Oh yeah, that's just
But
natural.
if everybody was polite to each other from the very beginning, nobody would have to worry about that because there would be no hatred at all. Everybody would be able to just be friendlier to each other because I have no reason to hate you yet. I don't even know who you are.
It's just one of those things. Like, how you treat others is how people gonna treat you. Over time.
Yep.
You know, maybe not right away, because you might have other jerk friends too. But as you see, when you get older in life, you never know who you gonna come across. You can't burn bridges, as they say. You can't burn bridges with certain people because you never know what people are capable of. So you gotta
That's
be
facts.
smart about who you coming to tech with. Who you might have bullied when you were younger, because some people still hold that in. 15 years, 10 years later, they might come back like I'm this way because
And then
you
try
did
to
this.
kill you.
Yeah.
Show up randomly at your house with a gun and be like, "You did this to me," and then shoot you in the head. And you're just like, "What the fuck happened?" Well, 15 years ago, you fucked with that kid's life, and now, return karma. It's coming for you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's like, yeah, man. It's like people going to a lot of these, artists and celebrities go back to their neighborhoods and they might talk about certain things, nature topics, and you go back to the environment, and people get jealous and they get spiteful. They Not everybody's happy to see be successful, so you always gotta be mindful. Like if I see Dave, I see you doing good, and you come back home or somewhere and somebody's like, "Oh, Dave's doing this now," or like not everybody's gonna be the same.
That's facts.
You know,
Everybody
gotta
has true friends, and then you have friends. True friends are the ones that'll support you, and will always say, do whatever you need to do to get where you need to be, and like
mm,
will always never turn their back on you for any reasons. And then you have friends, which these people are people that you think are your friends, but
mm,
if things ever got too complicated where you became too much of a celebrity or whatever the case, people would get jealous, they get spiteful, they fall off, they say that you're a bad person, they go on social medias, they talk shit about you. These are the people that you thought were your friends until you got to a position where you didn't need them anymore if anything ever happened, and they felt like they needed to express hatred towards you for no reason.
yes, very true, bro.
It's just a little scary situation with how people react. I mean, there's people that are super polite all the time. Kind of like myself. I don't really care what you guys do as long as it brings happiness to yourself, and as long as we all live a happy, joyful career and actually be happy with what we do. Because at
Yeah,
the end of the day, if you don't like what you do, it's a quick way to ruin yourself
yeah,
because you're going to be
no,
miserable every single day because you're doing something you don't like, and that
yeah. know,
sucks.
true happiness, bro. You gotta find what you might not make. I mean, all of us want to make $1 million, 100. But I mean,
Oh yeah,
if you got that job you like, and you, I mean, obviously you want to reach for whatever you want to reach for, but always you want to be happy too as well. You don't want to get $100 million and be the most depressed person in the world. So you gotta,
that is a big thing. And people that say money can't buy happiness, I don't know where you guys are tripped, but it
yeah.
can. It definitely can. If you
I feel
gave
like
me any close to the money that some of these fuckers would have, if you gave me like $5 million,
mm,
I'm cool.
I,
I'm
I
I am big chillin'.
I feel like it would definitely enhance you to do some smarter things. Maybe if you were out of shape, you got enough money to get a trainer. You got enough money to kind of maybe do something that
Anything you had a passion for, but you didn't have the money for. Now you have the
like let me
money.
invest in the business today. You got
Yeah,
$1 million to build my
invest
brand.
into Bitcoin. Invest into something. Just go for it. I mean, you got all
Yeah,
this money. Go for it.
you got the collateral. You got the something that can start anything.
Yep. And the people that go out and buy like sports cars or like some super $1 million house right off the bat, you guys are silly. Just gonna point it out there because the first
Like
thing
you,
you should be doing is getting $100,000 or $300,000 house, and it may be like an 80 to $90,000 car.
I would definitely say get a house. I mean, get
Yeah,
some
for
land,
sure. Get the house and the land.
something with land. I wouldn't say just get a house. That's like get something with land value,
Well, you
like some.
actually might even get something cheaper. You know how like
Mhm.
you buy a house for couple $1 million. If you buy land and you go to a contractor and tell them like, "Hey, I got $1 million. This is what I want done.
Mhm.
Not a cent more. This is $1 million. Is what you got. I want you to make me a kick ass house."
Mhm.
They're gonna work their ass off
Yeah.
to make that house look badass for $1 million.
Oh
You're
yeah.
paying a contractor to build a house for $1 million. They're psyched.
Yeah.
They're gonna make sure that that shit works and comes out smoothly.
Yeah, man. It's like the the cars. Honestly, man, I just don't understand the car thing. I mean, like you get a solid, nice car that's gonna last, and
Yep. Or
maybe
you
get.
actually even be smarter about it. You want to spend $100,000 on a car? Buy two cars. Buy a truck and a car. Buy a
Yeah,
truck for like 60,000 with a bunch of different things put in it, and a $40,000 car with a couple of different things in it.
yeah.
And now
And
you
I mean,
have both for when winter ends, whatever.
it's a lot of nice cars
That
that
are like
price.
$40,000. Yeah, there's
I don't
amazing cars for $40,000.
understand the whole like
And for a truck with 60,000, if you pay 60,000 for a truck, you get a pretty decent, nice truck. Probably get a
yeah,
Ram 250 or something like that.
get a Jeep, you can hook it up. You
Yep.
can hook it up with a pump,
Yeah,
you know.
especially that because if you get a Jeep for like 40,000, or you get a Jeep for like 40,000, that's 20,000 worth of upgrades that you can put on your Jeep.
Yeah. I mean, like you can balance it out. You can get a nice hook it up, you know. You can always trade it, you can always do something with it, you know, always grab the next one. You know,
Yep.
I mean, it's it's still flashy, it's still nice. People still shout you out. People will still be like, "Yo, that's a nice car."
And if you really want to spoil yourself after you do all that, go to like a custom paint place and get a custom paint job on
Yeah,
it for like a thousand
I'm.
dollars or something like that.
Or you could get one expensive car, just get one, and
Yeah,
then you
don't need
after
15.
that was your one ball out car, and that's it. The
Yeah.
rest could just be chill, you know, chill new. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But having 12,
And I also think that like getting a nice car should be a little bit balanced here because paying $1 million for a car is kind of outrageous because you'll never be able to resell it for $1 million. You
it just
bought it for $1,200,000 or whatever the case may be, but then when you go to sell that bitch back to them, it's gonna be like 800,000, 700,000. It's gonna be
gonna go down.
substantially cheaper. So it's not
Mhm.
even worth buying $1 million car. I just
Exactly.
feel like $300,000 Ferrari Spider. Let's sign me up.
Mhm.
Ferrari Spider looking really sexy with it, and it's $300,000. Sign me up.
That's still nice.
McLaren 300,000 and the 3,025.
Still
Uh,
nice.
yeah, really a nice car. It's
They're
just
all nice.
crazy how.
You just named three or four nice cars
Yep. But
that
you don't need a
anybody.
Bugatti. Nobody needs a Bugatti. Why are you going 252 miles per hour? You live in Germany? You driving on the Autobahn? No, you're driving on like I-476 and
Yeah,
95 most of the time. You're not. You
you
don't
know,
need 225 miles per hour.
you're in Jersey. You're in a nice outskirts of Jersey. You know.
Yeah, you don't need anything that goes that fast for residential roads.
Yeah,
You get
and
yourself in too much trouble.
it's one of those things that attract more attention because the more nice things you have, now people are kind of like, let's just pull this guy over because he's got a McLaren and I want to, you know, just mess with him right quick, you know, and
Not only
you know,
that, you get targeted. I think there's like people that drive on the freeway and like see you driving an expensive car, just follow you till you go to like anything gas station or whatever the case may be, and they jump in your car and just take your fucking shit and drive off. I,
exactly.
you gotta really be careful with buying super nice things because people have like a fatal attraction to wanting to follow you for that
Hmm.
shit.
Like you said, follow to the gas station. Lord knows what, just goes to the supermarket with you, like just fatal attraction, like you just said.
Yep. It is a scary thing where, and also that ties back into the conversation. I mean, they could rob you with a gun, just right at the gas station, and I mean, they don't even have to be registered.
Yeah,
They could just
it
have an
just
unregistered gun sitting right behind their fucking belt line and just come in and immediately just hey, get the fuck out of the car.
yep,
And
wrong.
if you are one of those people that drives an expensive car but don't carry a firearm, then you yourself are stupid. Because those situations are a great use for another firearm. Because if he
Yeah,
approached your car and was like, yo, get out of the car, and you pull out a gun and aim it at him, like, no, you get the fuck out of here before I shoot you.
mhm. I just feel like when you at that status of life where you're doing successful, you know, that's when you're out. I mean, obviously you want to live in the right neighborhoods, but it's a world, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Shootings
It can
happen
happen
anyway.
anywhere.
It's not really like it's funny because a lot of the school shootings wasn't even in really bad areas. They were like in suburban kind of, you know, mid neighborhoods. Like a lot of them Florida ones wasn't
And
really
the
in.
sad part is the news doesn't actually justify anything. The news only shows that this kid killed whatever amount of kids in school. But when
Hmm.
all the articles start coming out and people start to realize that the kid could have been bullied every day at school and
Yep.
driven to this point problem where he comes out and tries to kill everybody,
Exactly.
because
Yep.
that right there is a main cause for school shootings is kids just pick on people every single day and torture these kids, and they feel like they have no escape other than to just go get this gun and kill everybody that's picked on them and then kill themselves.
Exactly, man. Guidance. Guidance.
As a parent, we need to start doing our jobs better. I just watched a video on the internet and it got like millions of views, which I'm glad about because it gives a little bit of awareness. But there was like a video where this guy walked around with a bag of actual candy. He's like a teenager, so he's not like, anything weird, and he was posting it on Instagram. But he walked up to these random kids on the curb and was like, "Yo, do you want some candy?" And the kids were like, "Yeah," and they stuck their hands into his car and put their hand out for the
Hmm.
candy. And he gave them actual candy, but then paused and was like, "Don't these parents ever teach them anything? Like these
Yeah.
random kids just stuck their hand into my car and I gave them actual candy, but what happens if I wasn't giving candy? Imagine if I was a fucking pedophile. You stuck your arm into my car, now I can just yank you through the window and dip off before anybody even knows what just happened."
Yeah. That's like basic, strangers, parents, be mindful,
Yeah, it's disturbing. Like our
That's
parents
basic.
definitely, our at least our parents of our generation were lucky enough to tell us to be aware of everything. Just keep the idea that not everybody has the same motive as you.
Yeah.
People could be plotting some really devilish ideas
Hmm.
that they don't even want to really explain
Yeah.
because
Wary
they
your
don't have
surroundings.
words for it.
Notice when something doesn't feel right.
That's a big thing. If you see a dark alleyway and it seems a little shady, don't go down that alleyway. Don't even walk near it. Walk like
Yeah.
on the other side of the street away from it.
Hmm.
Like people that see a dark alleyway and go, "Ooh, that looks really shady," but yet still continuously walk by it, and then they get
Yeah.
robbed. You were kind of asking for it. It looked like a shady spot. It looked like you shouldn't walk near it, but you walk near it. Now you're getting
Yeah.
robbed.
It's some, wrong place, wrong time.
And the chairman, like that chairman that just got carjacked or whatever. Did you see that on the news or whatever?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, this chairman lady was in Philadelphia and she got robbed at gunpoint.
Hmm.
And
Yep. I
now
remember.
she's like trying to put out something to abolish guns from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Chica, what are you doing? You're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
They tried to abolish alcohol way
Hmm.
back when. What happened? Everybody
Yeah.
started having bars under their freaking house and keeping shit super hidden, and they were still serving alcohol.
Yep.
No one stopped.
It's just certain things, or you know, certain people might then, like I said, like you said, loophole. It's
Yep.
always loop. America's ran off. I hate to say that, but America's ran off a lot of loopholes. So
Oh yeah. I
you know,
mean, Donald Trump became president through a loophole.
freedom of speech is a loophole itself.
Oh yeah, you can't say anything that would impede anybody. Joe Biden, don't ban me, please. But Joe Biden, you're a retard. Just want to clarify. All right. Sorry for the word retard, but he's an artard. There you go. Better? Okay. I just don't want to get banned off of Twitch for saying it, but at the same time, he is dumb. And I mean not a dummy head like he likes to call Trump. Actual dumb. Because
Yeah.
this man, I knew we had problems with Joe Biden. The moment this man was at a press conference with Donald Trump and he looked over and called Donald Trump a dummy head. What are we, 5? I
Oh man.
forgot. I forgot that we're trying to be president here. How are you going to call somebody a dummy head? What are you, 5?
Yeah, a lot of.
And then calls his vice president president. Huh?
Yeah.
Biden, are you president or is she president? Oh, well, of course I'm president. Then why do you keep referring to her as president? She is vice president. She is not president.
Look, man, he's you know, I think he got a conditioner or something. So
My man's head is so like wobbled everywhere. I don't even know how he's actually okay to be president.
look, man, we only finding out.
I'm so worried about like us going to war or us getting into an actual problem with another country. Because if we get into get into a problem with another country right now, the way Joe Biden is, he's going to be the dumbass that says, "Let's nuke them," knowing that we're never going to win this if we nuke them because we're all going to get nuked.
Yeah,
but he's the guy. He's 100% that guy. And if he doesn't wake up, we're all in trouble. And this
look,
man's
man.
whole campaign election was, I want to justify legalization of weed. This is what he said in his press conference, that he wanted to legalize weed around the country. This man gets elected and has not once talked about legalization for weed.
You said they got it? All right, I got it.
They have not once talked about justification for legalization of weed around the country. Yeah. They brought it up recently in the last question. One of the interviewers asked them about legalization, and you know what he said? Oh, well, there's a lot of other things on our plate right now. We're not worried about that right now. Yeah. But your main thing when you went for president was to legalize weed. That's why people even tried to elect you. Mm-hmm. Now you're losing it. Now when you go for re-election, no one's electing you. No one's going to pick you. You didn't keep up to anything.
Look, man, he got a long way to go.
At this point, Donald Trump is going to get re-elected. That's a scary freaking thought, but he's about to get re-elected.
I really hope not.
The only reason I know it's going to be that case is because Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden are going to be the next candidates for the presidency with Donald Trump.
Yeah. I got it.
So you have Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and Joe Biden against each other.
Yeah,
Donald Trump is winning again. Nobody wants Hillary Clinton as president. Nobody wants Joe Biden as president, and nobody really wants Donald Trump as president. But they're going to accept
it. Yeah, they won today. Hurts is quarterback. They still got Hurts.
I can't believe that Donald Trump's going to get reelected.
Bro, I really hope not. That'd be definitely not good.
That's a disaster.
It's like the last thing I would want to happen again.
Facts.
Yeah.
His Wi-Fi crapped out, but it's all right, guys. I'll be back in a couple minutes. But at the same time, guys, I think we're going to be ending this podcast very shortly here. It's been almost 48 minutes.
What's up, boss? What you say?
I think we're going to be ending this podcast very shortly here. It's been 48 minutes. I kind of want to stop it at 50.
Look, man, you know, we family, man. You know, our talks can last. We could talk for a decade.
Facts.
It's good. It was good. I like the questions. I love a lot of stuff that's going on in society right now. You know,
for sure. And there'll be a lot more to be coming over the next couple of months. We have about a minute or so here. If you want to just tell people what's going on with your life and social medias and stuff, if you want to get tuned in.
Yeah, man. You got I have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. My Instagram is DKirk, so DKIRK_KV. My Twitter is official DKirk KV, and Facebook is Dwayne Kirkland, which is you're gonna see my name already on here, so y'all can find that. And yeah, all my info, anything you need, as far as my music, my clothing line is usually on all my socials, so you guys can check those out. Purchase some items. We got some nice merchandise, and the music, got more music coming too. So yeah, definitely.
All right, cool. Everybody heard that here. If you want, you're any interested, I'll put a couple tags below my YouTube channel, giving you links to the socials and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm gonna end it there.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you, Christian. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, but yeah. All right. We'll tune in next. I think it's gonna be next Wednesday or next Tuesday that I'm gonna be doing my other podcast, just because my schedule got moved with my new job. Saturday is not gonna be the days I'm gonna be able to do it. Unfortunately, got work things going on. But other than that, catch you guys later.